Good morning. Going to answer another pre-shower, pre-coffee question for you guys. This one's from Joe's Barros. Joe, I think I know the answer, but do you give your tenants a gift bag upon move-in? We don't. So we do actually have like a kind of a box that houses their keys. We actually give them enough key copies for every tenant in the property. And it is a nice little box, but is it a gift? No, it's not anything of value. We also give them information on where to find their recycling bins, if their property needs, what day is their trash day, access to the Philly 311 system, information on how to contact us and how to function as a tenant with us. And we give them things of that nature. And the only thing we give them that would really be a gift is we do like to let them move in a day or so early. So if their lease were to start on the 1st of the month, as it typically does, and the property is vacant, which it typically is, we do like to reach out to them and say, hey, once your monies are all in, once we have proof of utilities are in, and that's pretty easy because we actually provide the tenants with a concierge service that actually helps them turn on the utilities. So we typically get the proof there. And we also get the tenant insurance for them. So once we have all those things in place, if the property is vacant, we do like to extend to the tenant the ability to move in early. Why? Because moving stinks. And if you're a tenant and your lease ends at the end of the month and your new lease starts on the 1st of the month, that's really tough to orchestrate. And moving, under normal circumstances is difficult, much less having to do it all within that little tiny time frame. And if it's raining, if people aren't around to help you, it's just a real drag. So if we can let them move in early, we do. But beyond that, I also think it kind of establishes a boundary for us. We like to show that, like, hey, we're fair-minded. If we can help you, we will. We kind of set up a boundary here, like this is how nice and how fair we can be. And if it's something reasonable we can give them, and it has to be perceived as reasonable. The property's vacant, moving stinks, this is how fair we can be. You're welcome to move in early, even though your lease doesn't start till the 1st. And that establishes that boundary. If we run into a problem with the tenant, then we want to establish the other boundary. And it really helps to establish the other boundary if we already have the, hey, this is how fair we can be. When the tenant over asks for something that's unreasonable and we say no, they get the other boundary established. And it's easier to establish the no boundary if we've shown them how fair we can be and how reasonable we can be boundary. So we don't really give a gift bag. No swag, nothing like that. I don't know if it really sets up a good relationship. We're not a store. We're not a hotel or really necessarily in the service industry. And we are and we're not. The tenants are our responsibility. Their welfare, we take it very seriously. But we don't take it as in a service kind of a way. We're often the professionals that are navigating the tenant and the owner as well through the rental property world. So we kind of have to be the, I hate to put it in this way, we have to be the adults in a room. So a swag bag, I don't know if that necessarily gets us there. I know a lot of people do it. I know a lot of property management companies feel strongly about it, and probably they have good reason to. It's just not something that we would really do. I don't know if a coffee mug's going to get us where we need to be, as much as something reasonable, such as letting the tenant move in a day or so early, or if a tenant wants to break a lease and it's not going to damage our owner at all, that's something we will help them facilitate. So we, I do believe in giving to the tenants in ways that are reasonable, in ways that make sense. I don't know. Personally, I don't know if a coffee mug or a refrigerator magnet kind of does that for me, but I could be wrong. Good luck.